Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to show you how to bring a Trijicon ACOG up into the 21st century to be used with night vision. So what we're going to do is we are going to take my Trijicon ACOG. This is the TA31RCO-M4, and we are going to add this here, Trijicon RMR. This is an RMR Type 2 with a 6 MOA dot. It is the bronze or the tan colored anodized one, and we are going to be installing this bracket, and I'll show you guys step by step how to do that so that you can then use this passively through a set of night vision goggles. These are my PVS-14s on a NoiseFighter Panobridge. These have L3 Harris tubes inside of them, and they are white phosphor. I will be doing a buy once, cry once on these particular night vision devices and the Panobridge, but lots of stuff to film for that, so stay tuned. But I'll show you how easy it is to upgrade a Trijicon ACOG to use a RMR piggybacked red dot. Here's all the components. We've got our Trijicon ACOG here, we've got our RMR, we've got our mounting bracket, our mounting screws, and then the screws that came and the battery that came with the RMR. So first thing that we need to do is we need to remove the lanyard screw on the top right. So this particular screw right here that holds the little lanyards in, take it out and remove it. That is a 7/64 Allen. Remove it and set it off to the side. Then I need to unscrew the elevation cap because I will need to reposition this particular lanyard and get it out of the way. So the upper mount needs to go over the eyepiece. So you'll notice that there is a little pin right here. That pin will go into the back of the socket head cap screw up here, opposite the one that we just took out. Additionally, we're going to want to reroute this particular cable. There is a little notch that is machined here for the lanyard. We're going to reroute it through there, and then we're just going to swing it through, making sure that it goes into the socket head cap screw here and that it's not pinched underneath the bracket here. We're going to put the new screw in, just snug it up. It does not have to be like superhuman tight. This whole body is 7075 forged aluminum, so snug is good enough on that. I'm going to reinstall the top turret here. We're going to install the bottom clamp for the eye rings. There is a little rib inside here, a thick rib side and a thin rib side. Anyway, you want to have the thin rib side orientated towards the glass of the eyepiece. I'm going to use one of the supplied bolts for one side, and I'm going to reuse, since I'm missing a screw, the other side that came out of the lanyard. Now before you completely snug them up, what you're going to want to make sure you're doing is you're going to want to make sure that the gap between these is even, so you don't want it, one side cocked, other side not quite there. So I'm going to just snug them up a little bit at a time. Nice good gaps there. Probably has a torque side, yep, 20 inch-pounds, so we'll torque those up. So now we're going to install the actual RMR onto the base. This is a Torx. These supply bolts are T10 Torx. The battery needs to go in here. You'll notice at the center, and it's impossible to see right now because it's very hard to see with the naked eye, right in the center of that is a little minus mark. So battery goes in with the plus facing you or facing down onto the plate. These two pin bosses will locate here, and then these are the actual screw holes. Going to hand tighten these in there. So interestingly enough, Trijicon does not have a published torque spec anywhere in their manual, so I'm actually just going to do it to the same 20 inch-pounds here, right there, and right there. She's good to go. So this should allow me to use this in every environment, including under night vision, because this is the adjustable LED. It does have night vision settings. You might notice I've put tape over the top of the fiber optic tube. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I do shoot quite often in the day, and I'll tell you, Phoenix sun is pretty bright nuclear explosion in the sky, and when the fiber optic tube catches that light, it really blooms out the reticle to make it like just overly powerfully bright. It's actually a hindrance. You can't really see what you're looking at. So a little bit of tape over the fiber optic will help dim that reticle. Unfortunately on mine the tritium has just about all worn out, but I will show you another really neat trick. This is a can of glow sticks. And not just any glow sticks, miniature glow sticks. You can take one of these, crack it open, get her nice and glowing, and then take this and put it on the top of this fiber optic tube and then cover it with tape. So I just grabbed a roll of some black gaffer tape, just a quick little strip, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that as close to the middle on the actual fiber optic tube as I can, and then I am going to cover it with tape. Just trim this bad boy. And there it is. You can't see that with the naked eye. The little capsule is on top of the tube, and I'm going to show you what it looks like through the eyepiece of how much illumination you get when your tritium is dead in the dark. Okay, it's installed, it's now on. I've got my night vision set up. Currently don't own a helmet yet, but I will be investing in an OpsCore or Team Windy here shortly. This is the OpsCore Skull Crusher. Really good mount for wearing night vision long term because it's very lightweight. So you want something as light as possible if you're going to be wearing it for a long time. You don't want to be fatigued by your equipment. So got my chest carrier from Agilite. This is a K19. We're built from, I believe it's an Orion from T-Rex Arms. And then I've got my Knight's Armament SR15 with the ACOG and the RMR. So what I just kind of really want to show you real quick is when you're using an ACOG on something like, well, really anything, you're going to basically be chewing on the charging handle because there is very short eye relief. So if I want to look at this, this is how close I need to be. So my stock needs to be collapsed for me to really get a good purchase and see through the reticle due to the short eye relief. Now when it comes to night vision and I have my nods down, that shortened buttstock makes the nods in the RMR very, very close. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So when you're using them passively, that's pretty close to me. I can see the dot. It's easy to acquire. I don't really have to change my head position. I'm not kind of messing around with my neck and straining. I can pretty much just put this into my socket and boom, it lands right up with everything that I need to do. By the way, empty. I know you guys love to see the safety on that, but I'll show you on the other side. So you can see the dot. Good purchase. Being able to see and not collapse my field of view through my nods. This is the perfect height for a night vision setup. In fact, it matches almost identical to the Knight's Armament Redback 1 T2 height. So side by side, very similar as far as overall height goes. So that is allowing me to come up to the 21st century by using a pretty outdated but really fantastic optic like the ACOG and bring it up into a situation where I can use it in all settings. I can use it close range, distance, daytime, and nighttime. And it is quite a bit lighter, even with the piggybacked RMR, than an LPVO. That is my preferred chosen night vision setup when I'm shooting a variety of distances. This is my favorite setup on my current carbine with the ACOG and the RMR. It really does allow me to do absolutely everything in one rifle in a pretty lightweight package. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, give it a like. If you didn't, a dislike. Subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.